All right. Thank you for joining me. Today, on today's episode of Bible Blueprint of the New Testament, we are looking at the book of John. Now, John is fourth in order of the New Testament. There are 21 chapters in the book of John, and the type of book it is gospel. An overview of the book of John. The Gospel of John is also an account of the ministry and the testimony of Jesus Christ. Most of John's account is unique, with 90% being original, while the other three Gospels focus on the works and words of Jesus. John does not contain much of the same fundamental material from the other accounts. It may also have been that he was writing to the members of Christ's church who were already familiar with Jesus and was writing to provoke and increase their faith. John emphasizes more of Jesus's identity as deity, the Son of God. Now, the book of John was written between 80 to 90 AD. The time period covered is 7 BC to 26 AD, and the author is John the Apostle. Now, there are 5 sections to the book of John. Section 1, the opening of the gospel. We see this in chapter 1. John does not tell of the birth of Jesus, instead reaching back to before the creation to begin his gospel. He starts with, in the beginning was the Word. His first words promoting the deity of Christ. Section 2, miracles named in this gospel, aka the book of signs. We see this in chapters 1 through 12. John only mentions 7 miracles whose context reflects the divine nature of Jesus. He starts with the miracle at Cana and ends with the raising of Lazarus. Collectively, this section is called the Book of Signs. Section 3, the I am statements of Christ. We see this in chapters 6 through 14. Singular to this gospel, John shares 7 I am statements of Jesus Christ, including the bread of life, light of the world, sheep's gate, good shepherd, resurrection and life, and the way, truth, and life. Section 4, the death, resurrection, and ascension, aka book of glory. We see this in chapters 13 through 21. John shares the events of the Last Supper and the death and resurrection narrative of Jesus Christ. This is often called the book of glory because Jesus' death, resurrection, and exaltation are repeatedly referred to as his glorification. Section 5, epilogue. We see this in chapter 21. John shares several appearances of Jesus after his resurrection and the mandate to teach others of Christ. Although some feel this section may have been added after John's death, it speaks to the theme of Christ's divinity, frequently emphasized by John throughout his gospel. That brings us to the end of our overview on the book of John. That's all for now. God bless.